Hey guys, how's it going? It is the end of the day and the weather is perfect right now. So we decided to switch up where we're filming the Q&A because the lighting is primo right here. So let's film this Q&A quickly before the before the lighting disappears and it's not primo. Let's get into it. It was such a nice week. I am only posting 5 videos for the week from now on, for the foreseeable future until I get a little more energy. We are only doing 1 Q&A and then we are doing 4 gardening videos, and I think that's going to work for us for quite a while. I just am doing a little too much right now. So it's been really nice to take the week and like be able to go slow and not feel like I'm moving at 100 miles a minute right now. So I really appreciate all of you guys on the last Q&A when I said that we're going to be stepping down a video, and it's just been really helpful for like my mental health and for like my physical health, and to make it so that I can actually like do things on a weekend. I can have one day off. It's been really nice. So let's get into it. Last week was the Q&A, seed starting, plant shopping, fountain shopping, and then building the garden arbor. What a week. That was so good. It was so much fun. And I got to take Brent to plant shopping. I got to take him places that he's never been before, a place that I've never been before. And you guys are going to see this week another video that we filmed while we were down there. So we filmed 3 videos in one day. Which was exhausting. It was a very long day, and so we got another one down there, and so you guys will see that when we're down there, and it should be a good week for videos, because we also have done some stuff around the property, which is just, I don't know, it's going to be a really good week for videos. I haven't filmed anything except for the one video yet, but it's going to be really good. So let's get into it. Last week was the Q&A. And the very first question on that video was from Sasha, and they had said, will you share your chicken feed recipe? Thank you. I will put it all in the description. But what we do buy is from everything from Tractor Supply, and they've got a like mix of everything in there. And so we buy this. It's called their, what is it called? He's checking. We do layer pellets for our chickens, and then we also do scratch grain. That's what it's called. He just yelled it at me. So we do scratch grain, and we do layer pellets, and then I do oyster shells. And so the oyster shells just help give them like strong shells when they're laying their eggs, and they just kind of pick through that as they need. And we found that just those 2 things really work. We were doing a whole mix where I had like oats, and I was coming up with my own custom blend, because the brands that we were finding at Tractor Supply, there was this whole like conspiracy theory, and we were seeing a problem in our garden. Oh, I just saw a lizard. We're gonna wait for the train. We used to add all of these things into our chicken feed because I guess there was a problem with the supply, and people were having an issue of their chickens not laying eggs, and we were having an issue with it with the pellets that we were using. I'm working through this train, sorry guys. And so we switched over and we started doing our own full entire mix. And once we switched, our chickens started laying again. And now we just do the layer pellets and the grain, the scratch grain, and oyster shells. And that has helped tremendously. And now our chickens lay, and they lay really like strong, healthy eggs. Hi. Hello. The next question on that video is from Jen over yonder, and she had said, you do hair? How did I not know this? I do hair. I am a barber, and I've been doing hair for about 10 years now at this point, which is so crazy. And I am ready to start transitioning out. I already have been transitioning out. I do it 3 days a week, and usually I have anywhere between 12 to, my busiest days are usually about 17 clients a day. So it's a lot of people every single day. It's every 30 minutes. Somebody in my chair from the second I walk in the barbershop to the second I leave. Very busy, very long days, a lot of standing. The next question on that video was from Mucker, and they had said, hi Robbie, I'm glad you took some time off with Brent. I have a question. How do you keep the nectar cool for the hummingbirds? And how often do you change the nectar? I also feed them, but with this hot weather, I'm constantly changing the nectar throughout the day because it gets boiling hot. Okay, we keep ours in the shade. It only gets like hit with a little tiny bit of morning sunlight, and they're also crackheads, and they drink it so fast. So Brent actually has to fill it twice a day, because usually by the very end of the day, there's like a little bit left. And if he went the rest of the evening and into the morning, by the time we woke up, there would be a riot. They would like have like wanted signs with Brent's head on it. So it gets filled twice a day. That's how we keep it cool and make sure that they're in the shade. So Ours is like on the north side of our house, and so it's not in any sun except for it just gets a little tiny bit of morning sun. I hope that helps. Put it in the shade, and you're probably gonna have to replace it a couple times a day. If that's your problem, I would also just maybe just start filling it up halfway instead of filling it up all the way. That's another tip. And if you are going to feed your hummingbirds, please be responsible, because mold grows in your hummingbird feeders and it will kill them. It will make them sick if you don't change it consistently. So that is my little spiel on that. Be responsible, or just don't feed them at all. The next question on that video is from Farmhouse on State Street, and they had said, Robbie, how long have you had your birds outside? I absolutely love your birds. I love your channel. Have a great day. Thanks for all your hard work you share with us. Okay, we've had our little aviary right here for 5 years, and we've had the finch for about 3 years, going on 4. We've had them for like 4 years now at this point. And they are outside 24/7. If we notice that it gets too cold, we'll throw a heat lamp on the outside so it gets some heat in there. We've only ever done that one time. And as far as like summer months, they are totally fine outside. They go up into the roof part when it gets too hot and too sunny, but for the most part, they're sitting on these bamboo bars right here, and they're in the sun, like sunbathing. They're just like normal birds that you would find outside anyways. They are zebra finch, and I'm pretty sure they're native to Australia. And they get fresh water twice a day. Every day. They're hooked up to our irrigation system. So these birds and the chickens do get fresh water twice a day, because I think it's irresponsible to have animals with not fresh water. Our dogs also, their watering thing is hooked up to fresh water. It auto refills every time they take a drink out of it. So we try very hard to make sure that the animals here are very well taken care of, even the wild hummingbirds. I'm sure you guys can hear squeaking at us. And the last question on that video was from Patricia, and she had said, Robbie, sun protection is so needed in the garden. Which one do you use? Take care. I have actually been experimenting with a few of them this year, and I think I'm just gonna go back to my normal one. It's the Neutrogena one. I will put a link to it in the description down below. I've done the copper tone. I didn't like it. I tried the aerosol ones. I don't like the aerosol ones. They're very oily to me, and I don't like the way that they feel. And I have recently, okay, the one that I use is the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch SPF 50. That is my favorite one ever. I did the Sunbum one, didn't like that one. And then there's a new one that I tried, the Super Goop. I tried the Super Goop. It was okay. I felt like there was a lot of white cast on it. And I tried aerosol, and I tried their normal like liquidy sunscreen, and I didn't really love either. So I'm just gonna go back to the normal one that I've gone through a couple bottles of it, and I love it, and it's just my favorite. That's the one I use. I will put a link to that one in the description down below. And the next video that we did was seed starting, and there's only 2 questions on that video. And the first question on that video was from Jen, and she had said, love watching your videos. Do you think winter sowing is possible with the Bootstrap trays with humidity domes? I used water milk jugs last winter, but the trays would be so much easier. I do think that would help, because the humidity domes, they have these like slits that you can like open, so you could let more rainfall in. We don't get snow here, we don't get rain here, so I don't know, but I'm sure it's the exact same method, and I feel like you'd be able to keep a better eye on it than the milk jugs. They do make 10-20 trays that have slits on the bottom. So if you're doing the winter sowing, I would probably buy the 10-20 trays that have the slits on the bottom, because you don't want your seeds sitting in water. So you need to make sure that the water can like wick away. If you're just buying the normal 10-20 trays that don't have the slits on the bottom, then they're just gonna sit in the moisture if you're not like being super careful about like checking on them. So I would say yes, as long as you buy the humidity domes, the seed tray cells that you want. I would probably buy the larger ones, because they're gonna be sitting in there all winter. And as long as you buy the 10-20 trays that have the slits on the bottom so moisture can wick away. And as long as you're in an area also that gets snow and rain. If you're in an area like me, where winter we barely get any rain, I'm gonna say probably not on the winter sowing. And the last question on that video was from Gina, and she had said, I'm so distracted by your finch. I love them so much. I feed our wild birds, and they love the bird bath this summer. Do you have a bird bath for your finch, especially with your heat? We don't have a bird bath, but they have a giant bowl that's in there, which is kind of like a bird bath. And it auto refills, and the water comes from the top, so it kind of like drops down. It's on a 2-gallon per hour emitter, and so it gets a lot of water, and so the water bowl completely refreshes every morning and every evening. They get fresh new water, and they're constantly in it, because it's a deep bowl. It's like about this deep, and it's about this big around. I mean, and the finch are they're like this tall. So realistically, it's like their size of a bowl. So yes, they do have an area that they can like actually get in the water if they want to. They rarely do that. They do sit on the edge and they like will clean themselves, but getting in the water, they don't really do that too much. And the next video that we did was, you won't believe how huge these plants are plant shopping. And oh my gosh, did you guys see those limelight hydrangeas? Wasn't that insane? They were so gorgeous. I wish that I could have like snuck one of those home or something. I don't even know where I would have put it, but maybe I should figure out how to train my own limelight hydrangea to be that size, because those were so spectacular. After we got done filming, I went back and we just kind of stared at them, and I was just in awe the entire time. It was so gorgeous. First question on that video was from Susie, which was one that a lot of you guys actually asked. And she had said, that was a fun day. What did you buy? I can't believe I didn't show you guys what I bought. I bought 3 Hokanakloa. I bought the Brie baking dish that I'm really excited about. It says that it's like dishwasher safe, microwave safe, oven safe. So it's gonna be more for like everything rather than just Brie. We're gonna use it all the time. And then I bought some Halloween candles, which I'm really excited about. They're shaped like little cats. And then I bought this thing. It's a little hand cauldron. And I love it. It's so cute. Perfect just to like wash a little handful of berries or something like that. So I can't believe I didn't show you guys, but that's what I bought. So that is what I bought. All those things that I actually talked about in the video, but I forgot to show you guys, and I'm sorry about that. And thank you again to Jackie for telling us about it and sending over that gift card, because we went there. It was good. The next question on that video was from Jay DeCat. Sorry. And they had said, why not buy a 5-gallon weeping spruce, repot it in a wooden box, paint it to match your fence, and then when you move, take it with you. It's gorgeous. Never even thought about that. That is so smart. I love that idea, because then I can get one that is like big, or I could have one that is big when we decide to move. Great idea. I need to do that. Now I just need to find one that's a more affordable size. I think even at that small size, like in like a 5-gallon bucket, the ones that I've seen, I think they were like $175. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of money for a single plant that I may or may not kill. And the last question on that video was from Kelly, and she had said, you seriously make my heart so happy. This is what dreams are made of, surrounded in a forest of hydrangeas. Does Brent ever get excited about plants the way you do? Thanks for making me smile every morning. Sincerely, your BFF, Kelly from Ohio. Hi, Kelly, and hi to your husband also. Brent is now getting not as excited as I get, because I get a little too excited, like I black out excited. But he is actually like getting really excited about plants and like seeing big plants like that. He was loving that place, especially those wild stallions. I almost talked him into letting us get those. He's shaking his head no. Yes, he is getting excited about plants. Not on the same level as I get excited about plants, but he is getting more and more excited about it. And he's actually learning a lot about plants right now, which is really, really cool. The next video that we did was fountain shopping, and oh, that is my favorite place. We try to go once a year just to like get an idea every single year about the cost of these fountains. So next year there's gonna be another one where we go back there, because I love going to that place. The food is good. The service is good there. The people are so kind there. I mean, while we were there, the lady was like cracking jokes with us when we went to go check out. It was really hot and really humid while we were down there. And the lady's like, do you guys want to stand in front of the fan? Because you guys know how warm I get. And so they're just really kind there. They're just, I don't know, it's a great place just to go, even just browsing for a couple hours. And like, they have an indoor area also with all kinds of really cool inside stuff. Their Halloween display was amazing. I didn't show that. And the food is also amazing too. The first question on that video was from Tanya, and she had said, but Robbie, again, what did you take home? I just took home those little ghost pumpkins. That was it. So I showed you guys, or those ghost terracotta. That's all I took home. So I showed you guys those ones. That's all I grabbed. The next question on that video was from Terry, and she had said, hi Robbie, love the fountain tour. Why not get the bubbler and spray paint it the concrete color? I don't want to have to spray paint one that we like spend like a decent amount of money on. We used to have a statuary that was so close to us, and if he had pieces that I liked, I wouldn't have mind painting them. But I feel like they were pretty reasonable, I thought. But for the price, I just want to make sure that I would get one in the color, because I wouldn't want it to chip. I wouldn't want the paint to peel or anything like that. So I just would want it done professionally the way that it's actually supposed to be done. The next question on that video was from T Wild, and they had said, question, when you move, will the fountain go with you? Love the bird bath. I don't think it would go with us. I would like to find one that is a decent size, maybe spending, you know, $2,000 on something, maybe $3,000. We're going to work on this mess back here first, and a fountain will be dead last if we have the time and the budget to do that. Like I said, the goal is to move within the next 1.5 years. And so with that, we need to finish the yard, we need to do a kitchen remodel and a bathroom remodel. So we have a lot to do. And so if a fountain doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It will happen at the next house, no matter what. The next question on that video was from Allison. She had said, were you able to resist buying the lion pot feet? My garden math said that you'd be saving on shipping and handling from Etsy or another place. Okay, I was able to resist buying those. And the only reason was because the information sheet of how much they cost confused me. So I didn't want to get up to the register and be like, oh no, I don't want these $30 individual feet. I can't spend $90 on 3 pot feet. I wasn't sure, so I decided to pass on them. If they were $30 for like a set of 3, I would buy like 3 pairs. They were so cool. I love unique pot feet. I don't know. I guess it's my thing. And the last question on that video was from Ann, and she had said, have you ever checked your local area for people that make concrete statuary? There are several people within 100 miles of me that make this stuff and sell it. We used to have one, and he made the coolest stuff, and he made it for so affordable. I have 1, 2, 3, our lion fountain, our bird bath, our bunny. We have 2 bunnies, and I'm sure I have a couple other pieces. Oh, our garden bench that we have a couple pieces from him. Oh, and I have a pedestal that you can't even see anymore that we got from him. So yes, I have bought multiple pieces from a local statuary. Unfortunately, he decided to close his business. He was much older, which I get because those things were heavy, and he did it all by himself. And he has since moved down to Mexico, and he's living his best retired life down in Mexico. So we used to have a place, and now there is nobody close to us that makes like statuary. And Sacramento is about 100 miles. So that's that 100-mile distance is that Sacramento area. So that's like the closest place that we were able to find that has like a decent amount. I'm sure if I did a ton more research, I could find something, but nothing's come up. Easy Google searches. And the very last video for the week was adding the massive arbor to the garden. It's so good. And I can't wait for you guys to see the paint color that we chose. Because I don't think any of you are going to be surprised at what I chose. It's one of my staple colors. It's a color that I just love in the garden. The first question on that video was from Alice, and she had said, great job. My daughter wants one for her side door and pool house. Do you have a design direction or your imagination? We used my imagination for the entire thing, and Brent was so confused as to how I was explaining it. That's what happened with this aviary. That's what happens with everything on this project. I'm like, I have this idea. I can see it in 3D in my brain, and I need to do this, this, and this, and this. And he's like, what are you talking about? You're psychotic. I'm like, we gotta have a board that goes like this, and a board that goes like this, and then a board that goes like this, and then more boards that go like this. And he's like, okay, whatever you say, dear. So I just use my brain for everything because I don't know the exact sizes that I want. I don't know how tall I want things until I can see it in the space. And so I love to make last minute pivots on, okay, we need to add this trim piece. Okay, I don't want the corbels to be this small. I want them to be much bigger, or I want them to be smaller, or however it might be. So I build things very slowly as it comes to life. I make decisions while it's happening. So sorry, that doesn't help you at all. I don't have plans for this at all. The next question on that video was from, I think it's PV Rican. I'm so sorry if that is wrong. Please correct me. I prefer if you guys correct me. I try to remember. They had said, after your last 2 videos, $240 is nothing. You are not wrong. Well done. 2 real questions. Why did you cut the top board straight in the back? Number 2, why are you going to paint over the hardware? Why not take them off and keep them black? I would just like to know your thought process. Love this project. Okay, so why did I cut them in the back? Because you can't see them from the back so much. You don't really see the back ones. You only see that very first board, and that is it when you're staring at it. So that is why. And otherwise it would have just started like hanging over the neighbor's property, and I didn't really want to like mess with that at all, even though like she can't get back to that side of her property at all. But I didn't want to mess with that. And then as far as painting them, I built it with the hardware on, and if I were to take the hardware off, the thing would fall apart. So that's why the hardware is going to get painted. Or if, depending on the color that we choose, so I don't give anything away, I could tape the hardware off, and I could keep the hardware the original color. Yeah, that's all I have to say on that. And the very last question on that video was from Elle, and she had said, are you going for that Zen garden look? Will you be adding wooden wind chimes somewhere in your garden? Can't wait to see your whole vision for your backyard. We are not going for that Zen vibe, which, I mean, I know I was thinking as we were building it, I was like, this is very like Zen and very like Asian inspired. That's not the vibe I'm going for. I guess it just kind of happened. We'll call it a happy accident. But no, it's not the vibe that we're going for, but I don't mind the look of that. I guess I'm somebody who doesn't mind clashing all the different styles and doing modern and traditional and classic and formal and modern or whatever it might be. I don't know. I just experiment. This is my experiment garden. So no, not one specific style here. Cottagey, formally, loose, whatever Robbie's vibing to at that exact moment. So that is going to be it, you guys, for this Q&A. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I always have fun filming these, and it seems like you guys enjoy them because they always perform very well. The videos, you guys seem to engage with them, and you guys enjoy these Q&As, so I hope that that is still true. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and visiting our garden, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.